Man, I have some regrets, but I'm not going to say, man, that I would trade my life for any. You know what I'm saying? In 34 days, I'll have 25 years being free from drugs and alcohol. And it's a struggle for me. I did 25 years ago, man, that I would not touch it again because it was killing me. And this is one of the main reasons why I'm still here, still growing, still teaching, still learning.
Right.
You know, you never stop learning.
Right.
You know, the law is 5%, man. You know, where some of the most intelligent men I've met in the world, man, came from nothing. Came from nothing. You know what I'm saying? Man, I held dear in my heart, man. Old man Justice, right? He taught me some things, man. One of the most profound things he ever said to me is, Prince, I don't know 120 lessons.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, man, don't know what. But he explained, man, he said that's all the Father said I had to have. You know what I'm saying? And people, man, that I have met, that they counsel me as to how to say it's why I remain. Because I saw my place in it. You know, about 20 years ago, I decided to become parliamentarian, man, because I saw the need, man, to welcome the people to the parliament. You know, to make sure that it runs on time, ends on time. You know what I'm saying? But there are other responsibilities that all of us should take, man. When it comes to a call comes for us, man, to come out and support the nation if we can. I live in Keelan, you know, and it takes me a while to get out here through public transportation. I went to a law school today, man. We had a meeting there at the Office of Cultural Management. You know, I will continue, man, because there is no retirement plan. I don't know about nobody else, man, how they feel about it. But I know, man, that I care enough, man, to come and show and to add on as best I can. You know what I'm saying? I think more today than before. You know? When I first began this, man, I had a big book of life like this. Yeah. You know, we walk around with students, man, you know? Let me tell you something. Most of that book, now like this. Now like this. Because there was a lot of misinformation. You know what I'm saying? So I tried my best to give you correct information that's right and exact. You know what I'm saying? I'm a much better writer than a speaker, but when I speak, man, I do my best, man, to impart, man, someone that you be willing to come back and hear again. You know what I'm saying? I don't always speak, man, from a book. I speak from here. You know, I speak from here. You know, the soul of a man.
I'm 2 years halfway.
Let speak.
I'm 2 years, I'm only halfway through the book. 2 years.
Yeah, okay.
Only halfway. But you say you're a good writer. But when I get in my thoughts and I keep charting stuff there, but I'm not like a great writer, but I stay in my thoughts.
Right. I am. I have some of my publications are online. You can go to Scribe. You can go to Flipbooks. You can go there, man. You know, I've done some work. WordPress, and then Divine Prince is known, but what make known is that we are one. That my nation is important, man. You know, my concern at this stage is where my future is going to have a future. I got 7 grandchildren. I got about 12 nieces and nephews. You know what I'm saying? They're all under the age, man, of knowledge wisdom. You know, so we look at these things and what is your concern? What is your input going to be here? What value do you hold on this nation where you see you can add on and find acceptance? Because many are adding on and not being accepted. Why? Because you're trying to bring negative things into this cycle. You know what I'm saying? There's principles before personalities, man. Knowledge, wisdom, then wisdom.
Old man Justice told me too. He said, man, let people make their own errors.
Let them make their own
mistakes.
mistakes.
Let them make their own errors, God. And I never forgot that, God. Let people make their own mistakes. Don't make it form. You know, giving them, you know, like, this is what you do. You don't have to try to bring somebody else into your next.
Right.
That's you. And you know, that's how you do your thing. Try to invite that man into your next. You know, and like you said, drinking or anything. You know?
Right. Now, I don't condone the man if he want to have a drink. I don't care.
I know that. I'm just saying, do all the things.
Because I did plenty of it in my life, and I knew that, but when it came time to end it, it was the time. And I think that when a person finds out, man, that what is limiting you from your fullest potential, that you put it down to. You know? You don't hear about K2 no more. You know, I remember the last time I heard about K2. You know, I guess they got tired of them walking around like zombies. But I know fentanyl is on the rise. You know what I'm saying? This is why I walk around with Narcan. You know? This is why I do it. You know, it's part of my job, man, with helping human services, man, certified, peer counselor. You know? But, and I say but very rarely, but you got to find your own way of adding on. Don't add on because I said so, add on because you want to. And if you don't want to, man, it's best you step off, because we all got another saying, be God, be wrong. You know what I'm saying? There's no time for half-stepping or slacking. You know, if you take on the responsibility of being God, then be there. You know, because there are plenty of hypocrites out there. And I see them, I hear them, but they don't really faze me, because I understand, man, the good nation's already built. And the true builders will add on. You know what I'm saying? The man that brought this about, man, he left a blueprint, they said, man. But that's common sense. That is real common sense.
That's
you know? And don't take anything on face value. I remember that just because I see him standing here, they're talking about the nature of God. Well, I'm so God ain't got no nature. The person that told me that said, man, I had to think about it. There's also a time, man, when I thought the God man drew my odds in the bar. Right? That came true. So as you grow, you come to, man, you know, this is why that book is small now. Because I've learned, man, how the man get rid of the God and go with what's real. You know what I'm saying? We may not have a lot, but we, man, have so much intelligence and so much potential, man. I can't see us fail. Yeah, I know there's a lot of rah-rah now, who owns this and who owns that, man. You know? But I'm telling you, 196,940,000 square miles, man. Come on. You know? We're talking about a place. You know? And my hope is that it remain and that we'll build it up. But don't deitize, don't make it a shrine, and don't deitize the man that made it possible for you to have. You know? There's so much we can have. You know? But if you hold yourself as someone that has limitations, you'll never achieve anything. You know what I'm saying? The true money, the true gold, man, is in your intelligence. With that, man, you achieve anything. And that's what men all bring. You know what I'm saying? We're a great nation. And this is why, man, I stand on the shoulders of great men as well. And that's all I have to say, man. Please add on. All right, thank you, God.
Thanks. I want to thank everybody for coming out here. You know, a lot of people up in the whole lot, whatever they are, be as it is. You know, thank people coming with the food, taking their time out, and the earth's there. This is my main station now, bringing food here. I say that because there's always food left over, so you don't go ahead and eat it. They just out of love. They ain't no better food. I mean, you know, you can cook it yourself. You know what I'm saying? And that's made for a whole lot of people, and the word has to get out for us to come together. Now that we have an opportunity, you know, some of us will put in front of us and we're going now, as far as disease thing with COVID.
Come on, coach.
Just what that? All right. That's how we can line. Okay, no problem. Anyway, you know, like I said, the separation, you know, is beginning to devastate. You know, separated and grafted. And now, they're talking about they grafted us without you even knowing it. It's crazy. Because I had looked before, they coming out, I don't know how true this stuff is, you know, that they got a new species of people. You know? They try to make us dead. Because once they separate you, that's what they do. That's what they do. That's done. You know what I'm saying? Because
a lot of black people.
That's God, you want to speak it. Come on, speak it.
Bill, you said in China, you said in China, make a devil. There's a lot of black devils.
The sign says, though, what is a real devil? It says any grafted man with a great humanity.
Right.
That's all I So we know that he grafted man, which is made become wicked, which tells you that it's a learned behavior. So we have to come back and teach them, right? But now, what about the live grafted germ from the original? But from the original time, that's you. And while you living, they grafted you. They're trying to say that you're not a Homo sapien. That you're a Homo genesis. Crazy. So now, now that we have come to God consciousness, they're trying to make you think that you're that. You are what you think. I don't care what they do. You're the supreme beings. You're not human beings. We made human beings. You realize who you are, because as a man thinks, so shall they be, or woman. And the first law of creation of anything is thought. And if you thinking you less than, then you act less than. You know? Or other than. And that's what the children are thinking. Thinking they other than. And God's saying they emulating the different games they play. So they got all these demons in the game, and now they demons. Crazy. They're emulating it, and they living it. We used to go out and play cowboys and Indians. But imagine playing Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty. Well, that's what they're doing. They out here killing each other. And you are what you eat mentally too. So if you go on these games for 10 or more hours in a day, you're going to regurgitate it somewhere in your actions. You know what I'm saying? And so this is a valuable option. Come together. And not so much teaching our young here, but for prepare us so we can teach young everywhere. You know? I'm glad it's being videotaped so people get an example, a good example of building. Not the wild examples that we have had. And we have followed some wild people. Because we was young then. We didn't know no better. Well, I knew better, but a lot of brothers can say, because in my neighborhood, I kept it like that. You know, God can tell you, we ain't had no problems. We ain't had no gangs. We had all the children of the 85% and 10%. The 10% came to us and asked us to teach their children because they were smart enough to know the value of what we was teaching. You don't have it now because those people took advantage and showed the wrong direction, that we was going the right direction, and showed them the wrong direction. And they thought that was good, probably write a passage where they had to go through a whole lot of zigzag. They had to go to jail. They still pile them up. You know, I'd rather be right from jail. I'm like, I didn't get you there, guys. I ain't gonna try to sustain you if you get out of there. You know, we got limited resources. And it's getting more limited. And what the God said is right, you're gonna be really shocked when they do reset that money. And all that you got in your bank is zero. I've seen that happen to my whole earth. This is what I'm speaking of. She had her money in Bear and Stearns. During 2008, the bank system failed. They gave them trillions of dollars to start all over again. Now you have that same situation in your business. They give you money to start over again. They know it don't even work. But they didn't bail Bear and Stearns out. So all savings and 501c, all that stuff, zero. Zero, that penniless. You think it can't happen in a larger scale? Well, people didn't think Roe vs. Wade would ever stop. And I'm so glad. People said, oh, why did I pray so glad? Because you don't know what they did with them aborted babies. They using them stem cells and them body parts, and the main thing,